What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have an Anthem video for you guys today, and this is going to be a shorter video, but a very pointed video. A very direct video talking about one particular weapon, a weapon that I believe is going to be on everybody's radar as this game is out for more than, almost a week. So 5 days right now, 6 days maybe. So yeah, 5 days. But anyway, we're talking about one particular weapon, and that weapon is Elemental Rage. So, going home and flipping over to this thing. Elemental Rage is a fantastic assault rifle, right? Now, the rolls on it aren't that great. I re-rolled this one because the one I originally got was level 42 and I needed a little extra bump, so doesn't matter. Either way, what we're talking about is Veteran's Fuhrer. Veteran's Fuhrer, guys, this is a wonderful ability. Veteran's Fuhrer is every time you hit an elite enemy. And an elite enemy is an enemy that has elite in its name. It's a very simple process. It's a two-step system. You can really wrap your head around it. Shoot an elite enemy that has elite in its name. Done. Now, also listen to this. That perk is phenomenal. It stacks up to 20 times and gives you 5% increased elemental damage per stack. That's a lot, guys. That is a lot. That's 100% increased elemental damage, double damage. And if you're somebody like a Storm or you're a Ranger using the Spark Beam like I am, then this thing will absolutely melt stuff. It ticks for 3k, 4k, 4500k. I've seen upwards of 5500 damage. 5,500 damage per tick for a solid 5 seconds, and it will just chunk off health. And the cool thing is, if you're able to line up shots to weak points and things like that, for instance on the luminaries, the Ascari, and you're able to attack those legs, you can just melt away that health. That health bar isn't even a problem anymore. And I saw another Ranger that had this same weapon, and me and him were both rocking the Spark Beam type of combination, and we just rolled through legendary enemies, through the enforcers, through the scouts with the thick shields, the hunters. Things just fell over, and it's all because of this gun. Now, there are some other bonuses. If you have an Avenging Herald, then you can equip that way. And here, I'll show you guys real quick. You can equip this Avenging Herald. That way you have that Raptor's Deadeye bonus. That applies to any weapon damage. It doesn't just apply to the Avenging Herald damage. So you got a pretty good synergy there if you want it. If not, then whatever. You can just stick with the good old Elemental Rage. All right, so what I'm talking about with the Spark Beam, I'll go ahead and flip over to this one for you guys, is this little guy right here. Okay, this little tool, this little gadget. Now, this is the channel ability, right? You hold it and you shoot like a laser beam, and you can target it, aim it however you want. It does 961 base damage, fire damage. That's important because element blast, like right here, blast damage, that's not an element. It's not. Very unfortunate. So you need to have an element for this thing to work. So Spark Beam per se, you could do Venom Darts if you wanted. You can go back over here and do a Frost Grenade. If you have a higher level Fire Grenade and Inferno Grenade, that would work too. It'd probably work better, considering Frost doesn't do much damage, as you can see here. But that is the magic of this build. So let's go ahead and let's jump out into the world and let's take a look at exactly how effective this thing truly is. Okay guys, so we're here in the Hollow. Now the Hollow is like a hidden little cavern area. If you played any sort of Destiny 2, it's similar to a Lost Sector. So they're typically inside, and they typically house some more I'll say intense enemies, things like that. And they're also a hotspot for finding chests out in free play. So these are all elite enemies, and as I sit here and I attack these things, you can see my Veteran's Fuhrer is stacking up. Now it stacks all the way up to 20. Once it gets to 20, I can use my Spark Beam, and you can see there's like a little like a little cadence that you can do here to make sure that you're keeping your Veteran's Fuhrer up. You're doing considerable amount of damage, but you're also not setting yourself up for failure, and you're not burning through your entire Spark Beam, because once that Spark Beam is all gone, it takes a second to, come back and recharge, because there's a little cooldown associated with it. Now, What you can do if you are, you know, really adventurous is you can go through and you can change your components to be more gear facing. So that way you can reduce your cooldown, you can increase your damage of your spark beam. That's similar to what I'm doing. That way, oh, dodge that. That way you're not left, you know, up high and dry because this thing has too long of a cooldown. But let's talk about the actual damage, guys. I mean, we're ticking for, on weak points here, 4,000, a little over 4,000 damage apiece. And that's considerable because just before I got this video, I had to take care of some little Tessalars that were running around, and it was ticking for about 1,500. So with the bonus from Elemental Rage, the bonus from a few other things, we're doing a decent amount of damage. And I'm going to try not